I'm now joined by Secretary of Education Linda McMahon. Madam Secretary, thanks so much for taking the time, especially on the heels of such big news.
Thank you, Markey, for having me this morning.
This is what President Trump has been fighting for, and this was a laundry list of concessions from the school. $200 million, almost 80 student suspensions this week, independent monitoring moving forward, ending DEI programs that distribute benefits and advantages based on race. What is the White House seeing as the biggest win in all this?
Well, I think the White House is seeing as the biggest win everything that you've just said. I mean, it was a comprehensive agreement that we were able to reach with Columbia, and it is our hope that this is going to be a template for other universities around the country. And we're already seeing other universities that are taking these measures before investigation or before our coming in to talk to them. And I think that is an incredible win. But it was clearly evident in all of the scenes, some of which you just showed, that there was an issue that had to be addressed. At Columbia, their board recognized it. Both of the presidents that I talked to at the time, it started with Katrina Armstrong months ago, and then with Claire Shipman, the current president at Columbia, they recognized there was an issue when they didn't have enough security on campus to handle the outbreaks, when there were mask protests, when Jewish students were afraid and felt unsafe to go across campus, when students were barricaded, in the library, and other students banging on those glass walls, yelling, "Death to Israel, death to Jews." I mean, it was an awful thing that was going on our campuses. So this agreement that we have negotiated and worked out with Columbia is far-reaching. It is not only for today, but we hope that this is a long legacy of compliance. There's a monitor on campus. There is also a monitor at the Department of Justice to make sure that Columbia remains in compliance, and I have no doubt that it is their goal to do that. Their data collection will be available and open to us. There's going to be, hiring practices that are going to make sure that they're equal to all. Students will be evaluated that are coming in, that what is their reason for wanting to come to the United States to study if they're outside of the United States. We want to make sure
admission of guilt? That's the one glaring thing that's missing. There was no admission of guilt from the university. Was that something that the White House pushed for on paper, but they dug their heels in on?
No. I think even though Claire Shipman and I respect the fact that as the president of the university in a negotiation, I don't think it's uncommon for one side to come out and say, well, we really don't acknowledge guilt. Well, $200 million is a pretty hefty fine to pay without any kind of acknowledgement of guilt. But I will say that I think they've taken great measures. They came to the table. They have been negotiating, I believe, in good faith for months. And the result of this agreement is just that we see the fines in place. The about $20 million was to settle, suits with employees on campus since the October 7th. And so I think all of that shows that they really didn't understand they needed reform. There can be no more mask protest. If students are wearing masks for health reasons or religious reasons, they must be prepared to show their student ID. So Columbia's taken a lot of steps here, and I'm pleased with these negotiations. Hopefully we have restored, I think we have, the university to, a place of learning, of open debate, of equal presentation of viewpoints. And it's a big victory and a big accomplishment for the students who were there, I think, and also and for faculty who were there. So really pleased with this.
There are a lot of people out there who do support this, of course, as a win for the Jewish community, Jewish students on campus, but at the same time are worried that this thwarts free speech. I just spoke to a professor on the show this morning who agreed changes have to be made for protection, but also worries how big of a hand the federal government now has on specific departments and curriculum. How do you respond to those fears?
No, the government has never, the Department of Education does not have any say or control over curriculum. That is not what this is about. And I've stated from the very beginning, this is not a freedom of speech issue. This was a civil rights issue that was happening on campus. We're not involved, in hiring of faculty or any of that. But the university has agreed certainly that faculty will be hired on merit, that students will be admitted on merit, and not on race bias.